Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't posted in a while. It's been a while since I've actually gotten to watch Arsenal games. I'm pretty sure the last game I actually got to see live was the last Champions League group phase game against Girona. So it's been over a month since I actually saw a game live. Uh, I also sometimes when I miss a game, I will watch it later and I can still give my thoughts on it. I've actually done that a few times on this channel, but I just haven't really had the time to do that either. So it's been almost a month since I posted, over a month since I last saw a game live. But I watched the game against PSV, and there was a lot of positives to take from this game, I think. It was a really fun game. It was a game that I was actually really nervous about heading into it because I know how effective the mid block has been against Arsenal this season. There's a fairly constant stream of struggling. Like, sometimes teams get a result, sometimes they don't, but they almost always make a struggle with the mid block. And that was what I assumed was going to happen today. We were going to do much in our attack and just kind of fizzle out to a 0-0 draw, maybe PSV snag a goal and win. I was fully prepared for like a 1-0 aggregate win for PSV. That didn't happen at all. And you could kind of tell right from the outset of the game that Arsenal were going to do well because they were playing really well and actually creating chances early on. Nwaneri put in a really nice cross into the box in the first 10 minutes, but a PSV player cleared it before it could do anything. PSV actually got the first really great chance of the game. Uh, a ball came in, Raya parried it away. It came to a PSV player with an open goal in front of him. And Magalhaes did a really good job at closing that down. Slid down, got his foot in front of the ball to where the PSV player would have to shoot high. Even so, he probably should have been scoring there. He ended up hitting the post, so it was a bullet dodge for Arsenal, who then pretty much immediately got down the field and scored with a nice header from Timber. Uh, Timber, despite being a bit shorter, is really he's got the hops, is all I can really say. Like he's good jumper and manages to score headed goals despite his size because of that. He can jump up pretty high, scored there. And then almost immediately after that, it's 2-0 with Nwaneri getting a goal. So in a matter of minutes, we've gone from nearly going down to then suddenly being 2-0 up. And it got even better because uh, Moreno would then get a goal. And Moreno as center forward isn't going that badly, I don't think. I mean, I don't know, because he scored 3 goals. Um, though he also had games where he didn't score anything. This one was weird because a PSV player had the ball. It was a bit of a chaotic thing that led to it because multiple players tried to clear the ball. That didn't quite work. And then a PSV player has it, and without anyone around him, he kind of just falls down. He just somehow wasn't like he was in a position where he had the ball, like kind of tapped in, just fell backwards. Bit unfortunate for him, but it left the ball with no one around him for Moreno, who then added to the score. So it was 3-0, and that was like absolutely perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better first half. PSV did get a goal right before halftime. It was a bit unfortunate for Partey. It came on a corner, and he was kind of shoved into a PSV player. I don't completely know, so basically, PSV player here, Partey has his arm out there, and he's shoved in. So his arm is around the player, and it was kind of like he kind of had it wrapped around the guy's neck. I don't completely know if there's much he could have done about that, but I can't complain too much about the penalty being given because it was around the guy's neck. Um, so it was penalty for PSV. They scored. They actually nearly got another goal. PSV didn't create too many chances in the first half, but the ones they did create were really good. And cross comes in, and PSV player has a great chance to head in a goal and just heads it wide, and probably should have hit the target. So that was probably that was disappointing for PSV, I think. It actually could have realistically been 3-3 at halftime, but PSV didn't take their chances. But despite the 3-1 scoreline, there is still a chance for PSV, but Arsenal extinguished the threat really quick. They started the first half great, 2 goals within the first 5 minutes of the second half. Sorry, what I meant to say is start the second half great. So from there, it was pretty clear Arsenal were going to win. I was happy to see them keep scoring afterwards because, I mean, I think you can never be too safe. Having a 7-1 lead going into the second game is better than having a 5-1 lead, even though a 5-1 lead probably would have been pretty secure still. I have no problem seeing us run up the score a bit more. It never hurts to get a few more goals. But after we got those 2 goals to start the second half, you could kind of just see with PSV, like they looked defeated. And a few times the cameras went over to the bench and the PSV players just looked miserable. Like this couldn't have been a fun experience for them. Uh, and Arsenal did a good job. I mean, it seems a bit mean, but like demoralizing an opposition is, it's a good thing for us. And we did a good job at beating them. We were real like this is the best I've seen our attack function. One of our better performances this season, I'd say. I'd kind of forgotten that thrill of seeing fans leave the stadium early. Uh, I think and it was pretty much over when we had made it 5-1. We got 2 more goals after that. Odegaard got 2 goals. I was really glad to see that. He's received a whole lot of criticism. Like, I've been quite stunned to see just how many players have, or just how many fans, I mean, have been going in at Odegaard for his performances. I get it hasn't been great, but like he's still a really great player and capable of some great things. He had a great pass to Calafiori for the last goal. Um, I've said it before, Odegaard's my favorite player. I will defend him with my life. Like, I absolutely love Odegaard, and I'm happy to see him have a great game tonight. The Calafiori goal as well, I think, is worth mentioning because some of the stuff I've seen from Calafiori recently has made me really excited. Like, I didn't like. I guess I did know Calafiori could pose a decent threat going forward when we signed him. And the goal that springs to mind is the one he basically created against Croatia in the Euros. He didn't end up scoring it, but he set that up. He was like Italy's one bright spark in the Euros. But he's scored a few decent goals now from fairly tight angles. Uh, he's pretty good at finishing, so I've been excited to see that. And he's also just like he's getting on the ball. He's making good passes. Like everywhere I've seen Calafiori on the pitch, he's been doing well. I've really enjoyed what I've seen from Calafiori. Um, Another player I've really enjoyed seeing and who had another great performance today was Nwaneri, who is continuing to wow me at 18. He put in some great crosses, made really nice passes, got a goal. I believe he got an assist as well. Great game from him. His Hill End counterpart, Lewis Skelly, had less of a great game. Uh, Lewis Skelly, like Alfiore, I've also really liked what I've seen from Lewis Skelly. For the most part, like he's doing a lot of really strong defensive work, and as I said in the Man City game, he's also like his contributions have kind of allowed Declan Rice to play a bit more forward, and that's nice to see. One downside to Lewis Skelly right now is he seems to have a bit of a temper, and sometimes has made some pretty reckless challenges. The best way I can really describe it is you'll see with Saliba, he's just really intelligent and he has this skill of like perfectly timing his tackles. Like he goes in for plenty of tackles, but he rarely gets cards because he times them perfectly to where they're legal, get the ball. Just really skilled in that area. That's a skill that I don't think Lewis Skelly has right now. Um, he got a yellow card in this game and then went in at a player, really poorly timed, reckless challenge. Was honestly lucky not to have been sent off, which is, I mean, he's been sent off twice this season, once which was later rescinded. Um, but I think he definitely needs to work on some of his discipline. But I have more patience with Lewis Skelly than most players because of how young he is. And I think if he can figure out how to get some of that discipline stuff in check, like I don't see any reason why he can't go on and have a long career at Arsenal. So I don't know. I'm not too mad at Lewis Skelly, but he does need to learn to fix his discipline a bit. But despite all that, it was a really fun night for Arsenal. 7-1 is a great score, and that means we're gonna get to rest a lot of our players for the second leg because there's no way PSV is gonna overturn a 6-goal deficit in the second leg. So we're pretty much through the quarterfinals now, probably barring some insane collapse at Emirates. So I'm really happy with the night. It's fun to see Arsenal's attack function this well. Uh, and I guess I'll leave you with this: a little who put the ball in the back of the net? Who put the ball in the back of the net? Who put the ball in the back of the net? Half the hecking team did. Hey!